A lot of you may have realized that fitness is no longer about health or looking good. It's more about money, clout, and how many drugs you can put into your body. So it's really no surprise that throughout the years, there have been a number of fitness controversies or just shady stuff going on within the fitness industry, especially online. The other day, I saw a video by Turkey Tom about a psychotic YouTuber named Vegan Gains. This is a guy that I used to watch religiously when I first started working out. And not because I'm into veganism or anything, because I like a good piece of meat, but because he was authentic and he spoke what was on his mind. But being too honest isn't always a good thing. I want to talk about some of the weirdest controversies that happened on the fitness side of YouTube in the past couple of years that we may have forgotten about. Now, Vegan Gains is the guy that talked about, you guessed it, how to make gains as a vegan. He would talk about all the benefits of plant-based proteins, bodybuilding as a vegan, and just overall fitness and health advice. He was also one of the first people I started watching that did Natty or Not. He was entertaining, he was passionate about what he believed in, which is all fine and dandy, but then his videos started getting a little more weird. Vegan Gains started voicing his opinion a little too much. He went from giving fitness and health advice to saying that babies are evil and hating children.
I hate children. They literally make me sick. When I see babies in a commercial, I start to gag and almost throw up, and I have to look away and mute it. And when I see babies in a stroller, especially when they're crying, I just want to put my foot through the thing and step on it until it's nothing but blood and pulp on the fucking pavement.
That's already a wild thing to say. But then, now keep in mind, this guy is a vegan. This guy says that we should kill tigers because they eat animals. So to counteract killing animals, he wants to kill more animals. That makes as much sense as trying to maintain to build muscle. And that's not even the craziest thing he says. He says with his own words that he wants to kill people that eat meat. He wants to end the lives of other individuals just because they eat meat. And he says it himself that he would do it himself if he ever had the chance to.
People have been telling me lately that I'm just too extreme with my vegan beliefs and that I'm just prattling on like a crazy religious fanatic, telling people not to eat meat and killing animals is wrong when, you know, I've actually relaxed my stance on this and I've become more moderate. I think it's perfectly fine to commit murder as long as your victim died quickly, painlessly, and had a great life before you killed them. And it's actually a lot easier to humanely kill humans. I like to pick out people who have, you know, great lives, who just love living and would hate to die. People with big loving families, maybe a wife, husband, kids who would be absolutely devastated if they died. I single out those people, drag them off to a safe location, hang them upside down, cut open their throat, and just make sure their blood spills into a big jar, and then I cut them up into little pieces and keep them in my freezer.
He would physically take the life of another person just because they eat animals and they're not a vegan. Vegan Gains is like the personified version of what everyone hates about a regular average vegan. He talks about nothing but veganism. He claims that you're a bad person if you eat meat. He thinks he's better than everyone, and he's just downright crazy. I'm surprised he's doing bodybuilding instead of being a CrossFitter. Anyways, he used to be one of my favorite fitness influencers, but I stopped watching him around the time when he started posting stuff like this.
So bodybuilding has a really big niche fan base, sort of like Miss America.
Speaking of crazy people, the next person on this list who went downright insane is Conor Murphy. This guy's been in the YouTube game for a while. He started off doing regular old fitness advice, and then he started doing fitness pranks. Some of the content that blew him up was going up to girls in public and taking off his shirt and then getting their numbers. And Conor was a good looking guy. He was getting a ton of views, he looked good, and he was getting girls. What more can the guy ask for? Well, like I said in the beginning, drugs play a major role in the fitness industry. And this guy wasn't on your average Clen, Tren, and steroids from my cousin Ben. He was on a different type of drug called ayahuasca. This is basically like a drinkable DMT. And for those of you that don't know, DMT is a drug that basically takes you to God. You basically find yourself. I don't know too much about it, but if you do want to learn about it, check out Joe Rogan's videos. He'll be happy to tell you all about it. But anyways, he took this drug and it turned his brain into Swiss cheese. Like, it really messed up his mental state. This guy went from getting girls' numbers with his shirt off to just completely disappearing online altogether. He started doxing himself and then giving out his credit card information online. He lost a ton of muscle mass, which is any bodybuilder's nightmare. And then he went into a psych ward to hopefully fix his brain. It may have helped a little bit, but whenever he got back onto the YouTube grind, he was not the same. He started trying to post videos that were similar to what blew him up in the first place. He would go up to girls, take his shirt off, but since he didn't have as much muscle, it just looked kind of weird. But that's besides the point. He would tell the girls that he's God, almost like he was having a God complex.
Okay. This is gonna be a weird icebreaker. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, so I am God.
Okay.
complex. He would tell them that he's God and then ask for the numbers, which for everyone, it was uncomfortable. For the viewer, for the girls, probably even for him. He thought that the answer for success would be to go on the 30-day fast and not eat anything for those 30 days except for watermelon, which I don't know how that adds up. But anyways, he did it, lost a ton of muscle, lost a ton of weight, and then basically that's all he's known for now, is the fitness influencer that went psycho. Now, another bodybuilding fitness influencer that went crazy is Clum. Now, I told you drugs really do bad stuff to you, so make sure you stay away from those drugs. This guy went from being the next Arnold to becoming an actual felon. Clum had everything going for him. He had millions of followers, he was an established bodybuilder, fitness influencer, and then he was also becoming an actor. He was even best friends with Daddy C-Bomb. How can you give that up? Anyways, everything took a turn for the worst once he started getting caught up in legal battles. You see, on the surface, everything was going great. He had the money, he had the body, but what fans didn't know is that he was actually addicted to drugs. It first started with what people called a roid rage incident, where in the middle of traffic, Clum hopped out of his car to confront someone with a machete. Now imagine this, 6'4", 300-pound bodybuilder, nothing but lean mass, running at you with a machete. What can you do at that point? He's basically bulletproof. He's like Nick Smith, except Nick Smith doesn't do drugs, he does nut milk. But anyways, no one got hurt. Clum got arrested. What they found was testosterone, obviously, weed, but then they also found meth, which he was also high on in the middle of the roid rage incident. Now it's all making sense. The roids, meth, machete, bodybuilder, none of that can go right. Shortly after that, Clum had a psychotic breakdown for seemingly no reason other than he was feeling emotional and had nowhere left to run. Clum jumped out of his 3-story window and fell and broke his arm and his leg. He was in a coma for a couple of days and people didn't know whether he was gonna make it or not. Thankfully, he did, and as far as we know, he's getting the help he needs, which is good, but that left a nasty stain on his career. Now, the next guy I want to talk about is CaliMuscle. This guy's also been on fitness YouTube for a while. He became famous for his prison workouts where he only does bodyweight stuff like pull-ups, push-ups, squats, things like that, and for also being natty. He was collabing with other big influencers. He was getting tons of money. He even made a rap song. Get big, nigga. Get big, nigga. Big. Which was a complete banger, by the way. But things started going downhill once he got exposed for being a fake natty. Which, I mean, look at him. Who even believed this guy? I'd believe that Santa's real over this guy being natural. But the way he got exposed is less fortunate than someone like Liver King. You see, CaliMuscle had a heart attack back in 2021. And you could probably guess what that's due to. It's due to drugs like steroids and other PEDs that he was blasting into his veins. But he made the crucial mistake of not getting checked out by a doctor. So he was basically just raw dogging all of these drugs, just hoping for the best. After he got caught up, his fans wished him the best. No one was really mad because anyone could have guessed that he wasn't natural. And he still claims that he's natural when, if you look at him, he's almost as big as he was before he had the heart attack. So it's a slim chance that he's natural now. But that's not the reason why he has controversy behind him. Recently, within the past few months, there's been a ton of videos circulating online of CaliMuscle getting into random fights with people. CaliMuscle thinks that because he was in prison for a year or two and he did a couple of prison workouts and then he blasts trend, he thinks he's bulletproof. He thinks he can fight anybody and he can take on anyone. He doesn't have respect for anyone. And this is petty stuff that he's trying to fight people over. Them going near his camera, getting into his shop.
Promotion, the advertisement. Excuse you, homie. Excuse you.
Oh, my bad. You good?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good too.
Yeah. I got too. What you mean? You ain't got to tell me, homie.
You good? What's
Yeah, you good?
What's up, man? I didn't do that. Chill out, bro.
Okay,
Yo,
go.
you good? Hey, you know Joey Stacks? Yeah,
No,
that's one of my homies. He comes stays with me all the time. My name's J-Hop, man.
All right.
Cali, chill, dog.
Huh?
Ain't nobody like that.
That's
Chill.
good. Go ahead, go ahead, go
A little
ahead.
anger. Chill
Okay,
out.
go ahead, dog.
Chill out,
Go
bro.
ahead, go ahead.
Chill out a little bit.
Y'all need to tell me chill out.
Chill out, man.
I don't
You
need
wanna
you to
talk?
tell me chill out. Let's go,
Let's
bro.
talk. I can take my you put the back down, all that. Chill out a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. I don't chill out with nobody. Go, homie.
Chill out, bro.
You keep on. You still talking, boy.
What'd you say?
You still talking.
What do you want to talk about, bro? Don't
Nothing.
put the knife on everything.
I don't
You
need
don't
to
impress
talk
me,
about
homie.
that. I don't
You
need
don't
to talk
impress me,
about
bro.
that. I don't need to talk about that.
Talk to me like you impress me, bro.
The basic gym cell stuff. And if you watch my video on fitness cringe, you'll know why I hate these type of people. So yeah, Cali's not the nicest person in the world. He's not as nice as he makes himself seem to be. The next guy I want to talk about is Vred. This guy is famous just for being hated on. He's like the Logan Paul of the fitness industry. Except instead of scamming people with cryptocurrency, he's scamming people with fake workout routines and fake workout supplements. Vred has no remorse for anyone besides himself. He's making money off of beginners, specifically beginners who are also elderly. Be sure to probably sell your grandpa gas station boner pills and tell him that it's the most exquisite triceratops testosterone booster. He tells people straight up lies like You can eat pizza, you can eat cake, cupcakes, and then give you some BS workout routine that no one that took middle school PE class would ever believe, all for the sake of clout and money. And he disguises it as training for your specific somatotype, which we all know is just a bogus marketing tactic that money-hungry fiends like him use. V-Shred is the reason why most people that aren't into fitness look at trainers or bodybuilders or influencers or just any type of coach as some type of used car salesman, which some people are, but you know, that's besides the point. V-Shred is someone you want to stay completely away from. And the next person on this list is someone a little more serious, not as goofy. Not a lot of people know about this controversy, but I think it needs some more light shed on it. It's about this guy who's called Enter Cardin. He's basically like a knockoff Kev Dog, and if you watch any of his workout videos, he basically takes someone's video of them doing a heavy lift like a bench press, a hip thrust, and he kind of humbles them by doing more weight. That's kind of what Cardin did, but specifically just with deadlifts. And don't get me wrong, he had a pretty impressive deadlift. He was deadlifting like 800 pounds or something like that. But this guy's worried about the wrong type of number. You see, back in 2018, Enter Cardin got exposed for being EDP of the fitness industry. Like, dude was Josh Giddey before Josh Giddey was even in the NBA. He got accused of texting minors on Instagram and TikTok, which he denied. He denied with every ounce in his body. But then some of his fellow powerlifters made a fake Instagram account of a girl that he believed to be 16 years old and then set up a sting operation in his city of, I forgot where, Ohio, Iowa, one of those random states with nobody in it. Anyways, he got exposed for trying to meet up with a girl that he believed to be 16 years old. And for that, he got arrested. Now, as far as I know, there's still an ongoing trial behind it. So right now, he's not locked up, but he did get his social medias taken away. But now he has some TikTok burner account where he's begging for views and begging for his past audience to come back around. Honestly, I think he should change his name to Exit Cardin, because no one wants him here anymore. But those are some of the more wild controversies that happened within the past couple of years on YouTube. Right now, there's some ongoing, I guess you can call it, controversy with Alex Eubank and Sam Sulek. It's not really a controversy, it's more just like a friendly beef going on. But Alex believes that he's being hated on by the fitness industry. Honestly, I think he's just going through a tough time, but I made a video about that if you want to go check that out right here. If I missed any controversies, let me know.